Hi everyone, welcome back to Bistro Buzz TV. Today we're going to be making a chicken pot pie, so come along, let's get started. First you want to take a small package of carrots, and I wash them off and I place them into the pressure cooker. And again, we're using the Power Pressure Cooker XL. I have peeled 5 potatoes. I'm going to take each of these potatoes and put them into the pressure cooker. All right, so we have the carrots, 1 package of carrots in the pressure cooker, and also 5 of the potatoes. Don't worry about cutting the potatoes up. I was doing that also, but now I found I can just place the potatoes in the pressure cooker, and once it is finished cooking, I can cut them up very, very easily. So let's get started. For this, I place the pressure cooker on the rice setting, and I will check it right after it completes, and if I need to set it again, I will place it on rice again. But this usually gets the carrots and potatoes cooked just enough that I can place it into the oven. So I'm going to place this on the rice setting and we'll let it cook. Place the chicken pie in. I purchased the 4-pack, the handy foil. These are great if you want to make your chicken pie and then your recipes for the holidays also. And these are 11 3/4 by 9 3/8 by 2 5/16. So these are very, very good to cook with, especially with the chicken pie. I used to cook them in the glass dishes, but these are much easier to cook the chicken pie in. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this, and we will get started with putting all the ingredients in. We purchased 1 box of the Pillsbury pie crust. There's 2 pie crust inside of the box, and we're going to place 1 of the pie crust on the bottom of the pan here. We've already got it buttered, and then we will place our chicken pie over that pie crust, and then the second pie crust we will place on top of the chicken pie. So we're going to go ahead and get started to do that. Use the rolling pin to roll out the crust here, but I wanted to show you the rolling pin really quickly. This is so cute. See how cute this is? I just love this rolling pin. But I wanted to show this to you before I start rolling out the pie crust. I just love this. And I got this about 2 years ago. I don't know if they still have them or not, but it is just so cute. I had to show this to you before I started rolling out the pie crust. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get started rolling out the pie crust. This is how the pie crust looks after you place it into the pan. So what I'm going to do now is get a large mixing bowl out, and I'm going to mix the chicken, and I've got cream of chicken soup, and I'll get the carrots and potatoes out of the pressure cooker, and we'll mix it all together, and we'll place that mixture into this tin foil pan, and then we will place the second pie crust on top of that filling. I've placed 1 can of the Campbell's 98% fat-free cream of chicken into the large mixing bowl, and now I'm going to place about 1 cup of the chicken broth. This is the Swanson's chicken broth, into this mixture, and I'm going to mix it up, and I'll probably be adding additional chicken broth, but I'm just going to start with 1 cup. I have mixed 1 can of the cream of chicken soup and also about 1.5 cups of the chicken broth, and I've mixed that together. I'm going to pour it directly into the foil where we've got 1 of the pie crust, and then what I'll do is I will mix the chicken and the carrots and the potatoes in the large mixing bowl, and then place that on top of the soup. You can see how the soup and the chicken broth line the pan here, and that way I just kind of smooth it out over the pastry, the pie crust. And now I'm just going to place the chicken on top of this, and the carrots and the potatoes, and then we will be ready for the second pie crust to go on top. I want to show you what the potatoes look like after we get them out of the pressure cooker. So you can see that they are completely soft, but they're not soft enough to where they're going to be like mashed potatoes or anything. So what I'm going to do is slice these. I'm going to place it into the chicken broth and the chicken mixture that we placed in our tin foil pan with the pie crust, and I will be right back. Okay, I've placed the potatoes into the chicken broth and the cream of chicken, and you can see I've sliced the potatoes like this instead of mash them up or cube them. I've just kind of sliced them, and I placed it on top of the chicken broth and the cream of chicken, so now I'm going to do the same with the carrots. We place the potatoes on top of the pastry, and then we have now placed the carrots on top of the potatoes. I'm going to place the chicken on top of the carrots and potatoes now, and then I will pour just a little bit more chicken broth, and then we will work on our next pie crust to go on the very top. I've got 1/4 cup of butter, and I'm going to place it into the microwave, and then what I'm going to do is I have placed the chicken on top of the potatoes and carrots, and I'm going to pour the butter on top of that, and then we will be ready to work on our pie crust that's going to go on the top. So let's melt the butter real quick and place it on top of the chicken. In the butter, I have mixed 1 cup of the chicken broth, and I'm going to mix this and place it on top of the chicken, and then we will work on the pie crust that goes on top. We'll go ahead and roll that out and place it over the top, and then we'll put it into the oven. So here we have the chicken pie ready, and I wanted to tell everyone real quick, if you find that when you put the chicken on top and then you put the butter and that cup of chicken broth, if you need a little bit more liquid, just pour it on top, and that way you can just decide how much liquid that you want in your chicken pie. So what I'm going to do now is roll out that pie crust, place it on top, and we will put it in the oven for, it'll be about 30 minutes, and we'll check it because everything's already cooked. It's just the pie crust that needs to cook, and then we will see how well it's cooked after 30 minutes, and we may need to put it in for just a little bit longer. But I'll go ahead and put the pie crust on top, put it in the oven on 350, and we'll check it in 30 minutes. We have placed the second pastry on top of the potatoes, carrots, and chicken. And we've got cream of chicken and also chicken broth. So now we're going to place this into the oven, 350, and I'm going to check it after 30 minutes. And if you don't want your crust to be very, very brown, what you can do is after 20 to 30 minutes of cooking, place a piece of tin foil on it and let it continue cooking. So we're going to go ahead and place this into the oven, and we're going to check it in about 20 to 30 minutes. We cooked the chicken pot pie for 20 minutes, and then we placed aluminum foil on top and cooked it for another 20 minutes, and it's all done. It is so yummy, everyone. If you try this recipe, please leave a comment for us, and please like and subscribe, and come back to visit us again soon. Thank you.